it's about as disappointing of a performance as I could possibly imagine, and a lot of things I could say, a lot of things I would like to say, but suffice it to be that that's embarrassing, it's unacceptable. It's my responsibility to have them prepared to play better than that, harder than that, smarter than that. And we weren't. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it's my responsibility. I don't know what short-term alternatives I have available to me. It doesn't feel like many, honestly. I really think that our team has, but from a long-term standpoint, there will be some options, and we'll get some things rectified. But I think one thing that this team has consistently shown is the inability to deal with adversity. And honestly, since Ryan went down with the injury, since Mike has been less than what he was earlier in the season, there almost seems to be a feeling of I don't know. I don't know what word what adjective I want to use to describe it, but amongst the players and quite frankly don't understand that. I don't understand how you don't dig in and compete harder, and so we'll just keep trying to find answers, but I didn't. Not having Ryan Luther shouldn't cause this much of a drop off. He's an important player to us for sure, but I feel like there's some fragmentation. I think there's some fragmentation maybe in the locker room, unfortunately. I don't feel any of it towards the coaching staff, honestly. But you get taught tough lessons if you're not prepared to do the best that you can do every time you take on a challenge. So we'll keep working to find answers and certainly to play better than we played tonight.
When you say fragmentation, Kevin, are you talking about kind of different sort of sects and groups developing within the team, and that sort of contributing to some kind of overall?
Yeah, in a roundabout way, yes. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and air what I observe and what I see and that sort of thing, but it's just not the way it should be, and it's not being taken in a good direction. So again, I'm limited in options when I turn around, and if there's somebody that's not playing hard enough defensively, which was pervasive the entire evening, you put somebody in. I pretty much have my 5 best defenders starting the game, so that's a bad sign. When the other team shoots 71% against you in the first half, it's a bad sign that when you go to the bench you get worse defensively, and so anyway, again, we just have to keep coaching them and trying to trying to get into their into them a little bit better.
Kevin, forgive me, was that the first time you've been ejected?
No.
No.
Heck no.
Were you looking, I mean, what were the circumstances there? Were you just looking to?
I'm not, I spent so long in the SEC. I'm pretty well versed on league policy, but I don't know what league policy is here, so I better refrain from saying too much so that I don't violate anything. So.
Kevin, when you say you don't notice any fragmentation towards the coaching or any of that sort of affecting the coaching stuff, but when you see that sort of effort level, is that a statement from the players that the message is not being absorbed or respected, for lack of a better word?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if absolutely it is. Absolutely, it's. I don't have to play that hard on defense because I know if you take me out, we're going to get worse. So, I mean, there's a sort of I call it competitive character. There's sort of just a level of competitive character that you're supposed to be signing up for in a silent way when you become a part of a team, and that commitment that you make to be a part of the team is I will do my very best. I mean, right? I mean, isn't that pretty much kind of the deal? You're on a team. The expectation for each other should be, I'll give you my best, you give me your best, and let's do the best we can to see what we can do. And we don't have that simple lesson down yet.
When you're not winning games, though, can you be more free to just sit guys or put guys in the lineup just to sort of send a message, I guess?
Sure, but we played other guys a lot tonight, a lot more, and not a great result. Not now they weren't any worse than the guys that started, but anyway, it's just we need to continue to try to teach lessons and you can lead a horse to water, but once the game starts, it's on them, and so I got to do a better job of helping them.
Has this been one of the more challenging groups that you've kind of coached, in terms of just the personalities and
well, coaching seniors can be really good and it can be really tough, and it doesn't matter if you inherit the seniors in 1 year or if you've had them for 4 years. So things are always delicate with seniors because a guy starts realizing, hey, my future's not in playing basketball. At some point, a lot of times those guys realize that when they're seniors, like, whoa, wait a second, I'm not going to be a pro. So now where does their investment go from there? So it's an interesting group. It's a group that at times I've had a hard time understanding. I mean, I like them. They're nice kids. They're not bad kids. I like them. But they, we showed signs of this in the non-conference when we would have 25-point leads and be hanging on to win games against inferior people. So this is not, this didn't just happen. And so again, just hope that I can do a better job with them.
Kevin, you criticized their leadership skills or qualities and their buy-in to your coaching concepts. You think this might have been a response to that criticism?
Nah, they don't care about that stuff. I didn't tell you anything I don't tell them. What do you mean? I'm just honest. I come in here and, right? Come in here and tell you stuff every week, right? Have since the very beginning. I'm honest with them. Come on, man. That was an embarrassment. That's what that was. That was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment for me. It's embarrassment that's a product of my work. It's embarrassing to me. And should be embarrassing to them. So no, I don't think that they'll tell you the same thing. I mean, so no, I don't think that was a response to anything.
Do you feel at all, Kevin, like you're losing this team?
I sure hope not. I sure hope not. I don't know. Again, I would say that there is a guy or two perhaps on the bench that mind is out the door because they're not playing like they want to play. That might be right. I don't think that I've lost those guys that are starting the game. I just don't think that they see the need yet to play as hard as you have to play to compete well in this league. It's not like they're not capable. Should have beat Notre Dame. We did beat Virginia. I mean, we've had some good moments. I mean, it's not like we were picked in the top third of the league or anything. So, but again, seniors are, you know, that can be a tough deal when things don't go like everybody wants it to go.
You talked about intensity and emotion, that kind of thing. What do you think led to the offensive struggles? Are those things related? I mean, sometimes shooting and hustle are connected and separate.
Yeah, we first possession or so of the game, came out and did exactly what we practiced. Set a nice ball screen, rolled Mike inside, got him the ball. I forget if Jamel scored or somehow Mike fed Jamel along the baseline. I mean, it was pretty easy. And then for like the next 5 minutes, 4 minutes, I don't know, we would set the ball screen instead of rolling in where we had talked about getting into and trying to get the ball inside. And I'm just constantly looking at 5 guys on the perimeter. Guys just want to shoot jump shots. And again, it's and I do take responsibility for this. It's a team that just lives through their jump shot. And that's my fault. That's my fault. So we you know, we're not the biggest team inside, and obviously for us to get inside baskets against Louisville is a problem anyway. Their length is very, very formidable and very difficult for us because you know, we're not very big, and but you still have to get it in there and you try to get yourself to the foul line or get the defense to collapse and kick it out or whatever. And then when we started missing shots, once again, our defensive play reflects our lack of offense, and then we get the big snowball going the wrong direction.
You consider taking some of the offensive freedom away and becoming more structured than you would hope?
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of been something that's being discussed, and because I'm okay with give and take. I really am. I want to give these guys freedom and I want to let them play, but I'm not okay with take. Or take and take, maybe that's what I should call it. And I feel like that's what we've got going right now is take and take. No give and take, just take and take. And so yeah, that's something that's been bantered about and something that we're going to have to take a look. We're going to have to take a look at everything because this isn't this just isn't acceptable.
Kevin, can this be turned around?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we have some challenges now. Even under the best of circumstances, we've got challenges. We're not very quick. We're not very big. We can shoot a little bit sometimes. We don't guard the ball very well. I mean, everybody knows. And You know, so we're not deep. You know, I mean, we have challenges under the best of circumstances. So when we had Ryan, we were able to have enough post depth that, you know, we could kind of keep those three guys going in and out, and keep fresh bodies in there, and ACC level players in there, and then we would just do what we could do with the perimeter and keep those guys as fresh as we could, but now, you know, what depth we had is really taking a hit, and so now you start coaching to different things. You try to play more zone to protect guys in fouls, and you know, it's just so it's doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good right now, and it won't change. It won't get turned around if the guys wearing the uniforms don't come together and fight a lot harder than they fought tonight.
In terms of, you play Louisville now twice in 2 weeks. What's most impressive about them?
Most impressive. Well, he kind of changed up his, and he did it in our game, our first game. He changed up his defensive approach, and honestly, I really thought they were good defensively leading up to that game, and now they're playing their matchup and you know, pressing back into their matchup, but the matchup it was particularly hard for us because again, their length. You know, you drive it at the basket, and you just still have great length to contend with once you get there, and you don't want to be a jump shooting team, which we were anyway, but you don't just want to shoot jump shots against them, and so I would say, you know, again, I don't know if it's the most impressive thing, but their defense is difficult to play against, no matter how he plays it.